Hi guys, I'm finally going to get back to this channel. The year got away from me. We moved. We're still getting settled into the house. We took a trip to Virginia to watch our son retire from the Army, and then got back and kept working, and then the holidays, and I just kept trying to get here. So yesterday I tried to do a video, it just didn't work out. So I wanted to come on here and say welcome to the new year, 2026. Hard to believe we're finally there. It kind of went in some ways slow and in some ways fast. 2025 was a pretty busy year, at least for us, with the move, which took months before the move and then months after the move. It was a busy year. This channel has gone through a lot of changes. I tried doing vegan. I tried doing keto. I was trying all the different things, and now I'm not doing all that anymore. I'm going to just be doing kind of a low-fat Mediterranean diet. My problem is I can't eat much grain. Wheat, oats, they just inflame my body. So right now I'm on a 7-day elimination diet. I'm eating lean proteins, vegetables, non-starchy vegetable, a little bit of sweet potato or potato, but not much. I'm eating non-fat Greek yogurt, a little bit of eggs because of my heart disease. I'm sticking to just a few a week. I eat a lot of egg whites. Now, I want to address something really quick. No matter what I put, somebody comes on and tells me I'm doing it wrong and that I'm going to kill myself or that I'm unhealthy. I'm in really good health. I've been to see my endocrinologist. My cardiologist wrote me off for a year. I don't have to go back for a year. I'm doing great. I'm in perfect health, but I want to keep it that way. And if you've had a quadruple bypass and you've lived for many years, you have a right to comment on this video. Nobody else does. I'm not going to change what I do because you tell me I'm stupid or wrong. I'm never going to be vegan again. The one time I tried vegan, my cholesterol doubled. I'm dead serious. I did a low-fat vegan diet. My triglycerides went from the 150 that was already high to 300. I burst into tears at the doctor's office. I can't do keto. My endocrinologist forbid me because I have no gallbladder and I was having a lot of heartburn. She forbid me. She goes, you cannot do a high-fat diet. So I'm doing kind of, it's going to be kind of low carb. The carbs I'll get will be through carrots and a little potato and sweet potato. Eventually beans. For this first week, I'm taking out anything that could possibly cause me inflammation, and beans can. Then after a week, one of the first things I want to add back in is legumes because I love them and they're so healthy. And again, if you don't believe that, that's fine. Whatever works for you, I support. But you got to understand this is my journey. And this has been fraught with a lot of anxiety, a lot of anxiety. A friend of mine, Nikki Page, who has a fun channel where she vlogs, is the Magic Marshmallow. She told me, try ChatGTP. And I'll tell you what, that's been an amazing tool. It's like having a virtual coach. And it doesn't replace your doctor, it doesn't replace the experts, but it's like having a coach. And it's leading me through this 7-day elimination diet. I've had a lot of good insight from this tool I'm using, this ChatGTP. It's something I never thought I would do. And I'm going to get into some of the other things it's been helping me with. But for now, I'm doing my diet with ChatGTP's help. I put in the foods I have in the house, and it tells me what I can eat and how much and when. I'm cutting my calories drastically because that's the main reason over the past year, since January 1st of last year, January 1st of this year, I gained 2 pounds. I went down to some of my lower numbers since a long time, but then I went back up. So my problem is eating too much, even of healthy foods. So I'm going to be working a lot on my servings. Now, of course, I firmly believe you don't go below 1,200, especially when you're as heavy as I am. You're used to way more calories. But I can do 1,200 or so calories. I'm using my Weight Watchers app, which gives me the calories of every meal, and my breakfast was right around 300 calories. When I did Weight Watchers this morning, it was 316. Now, I understand 3 meals, that's only going to be 900 calories, but I am going to be eating a little more calories for lunch and dinner. So but we have to eat what's in the house. We got caught up in the whole Social Security Dodge situation. My husband retired last year in May 31st. And we did not even pull Social Security till July 1st because we did not know what we earned in June would not count. What we got in June from May would count. We just wanted to avoid any issues. But he made a lot of money, for working 5 months, but he got a bonus. He got his vacation pay and his last check. And so they just assumed he worked all year. I don't understand why. So they told us that we owed them back taxes of $18,000. So we immediately went to his job that he had retired from. They wrote a very strong letter. It's a big, big, big corporation. And they sent that letter with us to Social Security. And they said, oh, you don't know anything. That takes care of it. The W-2 is this company. This letter is this company. That's it. I'll scan it in right now. You're done. Well, they didn't tell us it wasn't done. A month later, it's still showing. In July, it's still showing we owed the money. We go back in and they say, oh, it's in processing. It could take a while. It wasn't supposed to come out till October. And guess what? October, November, and December, and January is still showing we are going to have half our money taken again for money we do not owe. We proved we do not owe. They told us we do not owe it. So we reached out to our representatives in November, or the end of, I think it was the beginning of December. And they told them it'd take 45 days. Now, when I'd researched this, it's traditionally 30 days, but we had just come out of a government shutdown, and also the Social Security's been cut by, I think, 7,000 employees. So we noticed a difference in our office. You can no longer call in. We could call anytime and talk to somebody when he retired in May of last year. We could talk to anybody anytime. We could walk in and get an appointment. Now you cannot call. They will not answer. In fact, it hangs up on you. You have to go wait in line to get a person at the window to give you an appointment to come back. Now, luckily, the 2 times we went in, they could fix it right then. We didn't have to make an appointment. But most of the people in line, when they'd walk through, I'd ask, and they'd say, yeah, I had to make an appointment. So right now we're getting half our pay, and I told this to ChatGTP that I have to eat what's in the house. So luckily we have a lot of healthy food, but I have to eat what's in the house. I can't go buy anything till we get paid again, which is not for 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks? No, 3 more weeks. Just under 3. But we have a good amount of food in the house. So this first week is the most restrictive. Then I'll be able to add a little bit of stuff back in. But I thought I'd share this journey with you. So after I post this, I'll start showing you my meals. Now, breakfast this morning was a turkey patty, 4 ounces. I made it with 2 pounds of turkey from Aldi's, 93.7, and 2 eggs mixed together with some seasonings. Problem is I put Mexican seasonings in, and that might be an issue for me. I don't know. Usually I do Italian, which is much, much more gentle. But I have to eat what I made. I made a lot. There was like 16 or so burgers, little patties. Most of them were 3 ounce, and then like 4 were 4 ounce. And so I have to eat those. I have to. That's what I have. And we have some frozen chicken breast. And we have a whole turkey, but we're not going to cook that up right now. And then I have a whole salmon fillet and several of those little prepackaged fillets. I've got some canned salmon. We have canned tuna. Some canned chicken, but the healthiest one we could find. So, and I've got some salad greens and a lot of frozen and canned vegetables. So that's what I'm working with till payday. And it's helping me with the food I have in the house. So I'll have to let you know how this goes, how it works out. But I'll tell you what, I've been very impressed with it. It continually reminds you, I'm not a doctor, and I'm like, I understand that. I've talked to my doctor about a lot, and this diet you're giving me coincides with what my cardiologist and I talked about, and my endocrinologist and I talked about. So it's fine. I look at you as a coach, not a doctor. And so it said, okay, thank you. That's, I just don't want you, taking my advice over a doctor. So I'm really glad they programmed that in so that people do understand this is not a replacement for your doctor. But I go see my endocrinologist again in February, as well as my GP, and I see my cardiologist in about 11 months. I think I went in December, and I don't see him for a year. He was very happy. He did an EKG, a 12-line EKG, and he checked everything over. and I'll have new labs done with my GP in next month, all my cholesterol and all that. And I'm on rosuvastatin and baby aspirin every night, just 2.5 milligrams. I can put it up to 5 if I want, which I probably will, and a baby aspirin every night, or chewable aspirin every night, 81, 82 milligrams. And that's what my doctor's happy with. I have another drug I can take with the rosuvastatin if I want to. I have it. He told me to take the rosuvastatin for a while first, and then I can try the other drug. But he wants to make sure I take this for a while and it doesn't bother me, because I had a severe reaction to Lipitor. So I wasn't on a statin this whole time. After about, I think it was the second month after my surgery is when we finally told the surgeon's office at my final appointment with them what was going on, and they said, oh, no, you're having a reaction, stop. Well, I researched for a long time to come up with rosuvastatin. Dr. Ford Brewer, who's a low-carb doctor, but he also supports vegan and Mediterranean, suggested rosuvastatin for his patients that had trouble with Lipitor. So I asked the doctor, and he said yes, that he's found the same thing, and so that's what I'm doing. So I am on a protocol. I am taking these 2 medications every night after dinner, because you have to have food in your stomach. And I was allowed from my doctor to take ibuprofen as needed, because I told him I have some bad hip arthritis pain, and he said, yes, you can take it as needed, but I don't take it no more than once a day, but I try to only take it every 2 or 3 days. It has to be really bad. And that's why I'm doing this dietary challenge, because I have found wheat, oats, any grain, rice, affects my joints, and I get severe pain. And I've been trying to do this Mediterranean, eating brown rice and oats, and the pain has been, in 1 to 10, about a 12. It's been bad. It's been debilitating some days. So I decided I was going to do an elimination diet. I figured 7 days, see how I feel, and go from there. So I highly recommend, if you need some advice or some guidance, you don't want to go spend money for a a coach, try ChatGTP. You only have to tell it what you want to. I didn't have any worries with telling it my health issues. What is somebody going to do with that? I don't care. So I told it my history, everything going on, and what my cholesterol readings were the last time, and when my surgery was, and all of that. And it has been invaluable this last few weeks. So that's what I'm doing. And then it's helping me with some other life stuff too that I'll share in another video. But I'll share my meals with you. I'll do like a little tiny short when I make my meals up. So 2-3 times a day, I'll put up a little 1 minute short, just showing you what my meal is and breaking it down for you with my Weight Watcher points and all of that. So I'll put it into my Weight Watchers. I'll tell you what the points were, how many calories for that meal, and at the end of the day, how many calories I had. It's going to be a time of going hungry at times, but the app did tell me if I get really hungry, I can always have an extra half of a turkey patty or something like that. But I'm eliminating cheese. The only dairy I'm going to be eating is my fat-free, unflavored, just plain Greek yogurt that I put a little monk fruit in, and some blueberries. And that's what it told me I could have for breakfast this morning: a turkey patty, a 4-ounce turkey patty, half a cup of the yogurt, and a little handful of the frozen blueberries. And that was 300. And then it told me, since I'm taking my vitamins with breakfast, to put a teaspoon of olive oil on my turkey patty, which I did after it came out of the microwave. I sprinkled a little bit of that on, and then just kind of dipped it in and got that teaspoon of olive oil in me. Then I took all my vitamins. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know where I'm at. I want this to be the year I get 40 to 60 pounds off. I would love to get about 50, 60 would be ideal, but if I can get even 1 pound a week off, I'll be thrilled. I'm also going to walk more. We do belong to a senior center where the gym is state-of-the-art. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. They inherited a bunch of equipment from the hospital in town that got all new equipment a few years ago, and then they've purchased a few pieces. So for $15 a month, you can't beat that. But it's a little bit of about a 15-minute drive, but we're going to start getting in there too. And then I'm on Medicare Advantage, and I have silver sneakers. So I'm going to see if our local gym, which is just around the corner, takes that. I believe they do, because it's Gold's Gym, and I believe the last time I was there, they had a silver sneakers program. I didn't know what that was at the time, but now I do. That would be closer, but I won't look into that till David's on Medicare in August, because it'd be silly for me to go to one facility and him to go to the other. So we have to see what their silver sneakers entails too. Does it give you a membership or just a couple programs? Because sometimes that's all it is. You can come for their programs, but you don't get a gym membership with it. So we're going to look into that, but we do have the senior center, and we're going to start getting in there and doing some stretching classes, maybe chair yoga, treadmill, and different things like that. So this is the year I'm done messing around. I gained 2 pounds last year. January 1st, 2025 to January 1st. I've been saying I had my surgery in 2025. I had my surgery in 2024. I just realized that. So it's been like 15, 16 months, something like that. October, November, December. Yeah, going on 16 months. So in the year January 1st following my surgery till December 31st of the year following my surgery, I gained 2 pounds. I went down a few times really good, but then back up I'd go. The minute I get to a new low, I'd be back up. And it's portions. I'm bad with portions, even healthy foods if you eat too much. And I was eating these whole healthy grains, nothing processed. And my body finally said enough. And the pain in my elbows and my hips and my knees and just general body aches is just beyond. So I'm done. I'm going to try this. It's worked in the past. That's the one thing keto always did, was took away my body pain. I just cannot do the fat anymore. It was starting to cause me terrible heartburn and stomach issues. And the endocrinologist said, yeah, you can't do that without a gallbladder, so stop. I just got her. I'd never been to an endocrinologist since 2010, and then that gentleman retired. So I couldn't go back to him after a couple visits. So I'm trying to do everything right, and I'll share my journey with you. And I've got other things I'm going to be working on, my creative life, my earning life, the things I want to do to earn money and different things. So those will be other videos, but I will keep up with the diet. I'll tell you how I'm doing. Every few days I'll give you an update on how I'm feeling, how's it working, but every night I'll show you my meals. I didn't take a video of my breakfast, but lunch and dinner I will. And then after dinner, when I show you that video, I'll also update you on my calories and my points for the day. And I'll do that every night. So just little tiny videos. They won't even be probably a minute. For those that are interested. I don't know who will be interested, but I know I sometimes like to see what people are eating. I'm going to keep my calories at 1,200 calories. I'm supposed to have about 100 to 120 grams of protein, and I know I have not been getting that. And that could be why I've been tired a lot. And I'm fine. That I've been checked over. There's nothing wrong with me. I have sleep issues too, but it's called fractional sleeping, and it's based on anxiety. I've been working on that and actually sleeping a little better. So I'm sure over time, as I lose weight, am less inflamed, I keep working on my anxiety, I'll get longer and longer sleep cycles. So that's where I'm at. I wasted a whole year not really posting here, but this year I'm going to be posting pretty much every day with those short videos, breakfast, lunch, and then dinner with my finale for the day, what my points were based on my app. I'll even show you the phone, how the weight loss is going, all of the above. And so for anybody that's trying to lose weight and they're either on Weight Watchers or they're doing a low-fat, I'm not going to say I'm on a low-fat keto, because I will be adding in whatever I can. When all the pain is gone, whether it be a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'll add back in legumes and see how I do. If beans and lentils don't bother me, and I'll do one at a time, I'll do lentils first and see how they do. If those don't bother me, I will try beans. Now, I know quinoa is not a legume, it's a seed. I might be able to try that. But tonight I'm going to do spaghetti squash, because I was going to do the leftover chickpea pasta I made with tons of vegetables and lean turkey in it. But the app told me, well, if you're having issues that are digestive causing your body pain, chickpeas would not be good, because I had chickpeas for my salad too. He said, don't do it, or it said, don't do that. just for 7 days. Don't eat any legumes. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to have a big salad for lunch, and I'm going to put salmon in it and use avocado mayonnaise for my dressing. That's going to be my only fat for that meal, and I don't need much. Tomatoes and salad greens only, you know, that box you buy with the spring greens, organic spring greens. That and some tomato, because I keep saying he, because it's hard to call something that talks back to an it, but it's an it. It told me, don't do the onions. They might be too rough on your system right now. If you want to do a true elimination diet, keep the onions and the garlic and that stuff out. So the only thing I might have messed up on is the Mexican seasonings, and we'll see if that bothers me. It's only one meal a day, so it might not. Although I might have it for dinner. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't figured out. I'm going to do spaghetti squash. I might have to make a chicken breast or something for that. I don't know. But I'll be back and keep you filled in. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, I'd love to hear them. But if you're going to tell me I'm doing everything wrong, I'm just going to delete your comment, because I got some pretty bad ones, whether I posted vegan or I posted keto. And I'm not going to do the extreme diets. I didn't feel good on either one of them. The fat was too high on keto, and the vegan diet I did not do well on. And I love to eat those foods, but I want a little animal protein with it. And if you can't eat grains, especially if I can't add the beans back in, I'm hoping I can, you're not going to have much protein on an animal-free diet, you know what I mean? So it'll be low animal protein, because it'll just be those few little ounces each meal, like 3 ounces to 4 ounces per meal, and lots of vegetables and a little bit of fruit. I'll have an apple every day. I do have pre-diabetes, but the doctor's not concerned. She said at the where I've kept my A1C all these years between 6.0 and 6.2, she doesn't consider it an issue till it gets to 6.4. So we'll see where I am when I see her in February. So I'll keep you posted on the doctor's visits, which aren't for over a month. I think my regular doctor's I think the endocrinologist is the 6th, and my regular doctor's like 10 days later. So this is a real health journey, but it's also a personal journey for this year to kind of figure out what I want to do going forward. I think last year was just trying to figure out what to do, a lot of fear from eating wrong, or fear of eating wrong, and then the move was started 3 months before the move, and like I said, we're still going through stuff now, trying to figure out where it's going. Then we took a trip in the middle of all that in August to Virginia, to D.C. to see our son retire from the Army, and we toured D.C. I walked 20,000 steps all over D.C. I walked up the Washington Monument, and I couldn't even hold on to the rail because it was so hot that day. You could only like touch it and let go, touch it and let go. So I kind of kept my hand along the rail, but I didn't hold on to the rail. I just had it where if I ever felt unsteady, I could grab it. And I got all the way up, and I moved fast too. My daughter-in-law said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I just think I walked too fast." I did go down the ramp to leave, because going down that steep of stairs made me nervous when I could not hold on because the railing was too hot. So I didn't like that. I don't like steep stairs that tall. So I did walk all over D.C. because I walked across all of D.C. to get to that monument. Then we walked through a bunch of the Smithsonian. So I'm doing good. I'm healthy. It's just the food is affecting me. So, because I got a comment and somebody said I was unhealthy, and I'm not. I'm doing good. I'm just fat. I got to lose the weight. That is the truth. I need to lose about 100 pounds, give or take a pound or two. Might be a little over 100, might be a little under 100. We'll see where I settle in by the end of this week, because I know that a lot of it is inflammation will make you hold on to some water, and also just you lose a little water weight. Anyway, so we'll see where I am at the end of the week, and I'll count that as my real weight going forward, and then see what I can do this year. So I'll be back soon, and I hope your New Year is starting as good as mine. I'm very excited and optimistic, and I just wanted to check in with you guys. I'm at 24, almost 25 minutes, But, you know, you guys can watch how much you want. Probably none of you are watching by this time, but that's okay. This is kind of a record for me so that I can look back over my year, see today, and see December 31st and see how far I've come. So I'm doing this for myself as a living, breathing diary of my year, my things I've changed, the things I'm doing, to kind of keep track of it. And then if it helps anyone else or anyone else finds it interesting or useful, that's just a bonus. So I'll be back today with lunch and dinner. And at dinner, I'll tell you the calories for the day. If I had any snacks, like I'll probably have an apple, you know, anything I do, so my total calories, and I'll show you the screen on Weight Watchers. And we'll go from there. So I'll be back soon. Bye.